Hey everyone, and welcome back to my channel for all things mommy, wife, and life. My name is Chessa. So in today's video, I wanted to share with you guys 7 different easy prep activities that I do with my daughter, and she is obsessed with them. All of these activities are super easy to prep and to set up. If your kid is anything like mine, they have a short attention span and they don't want to follow the activities that I took forever setting up. Ain't nobody got time for that. So Lord knows I'm not going to spend a whole lot of time on them since they're going to be pretty short-lived. These activities are already ones that I've already tested, and I know that my daughter loves them, so I'm sure your kids will too. So without further ado, let's jump right into it. For this first activity, you are going to need to prep this probably the night before because you will be putting these in the freezer and they're going to need time to freeze. But the setup for these couldn't be more easy. Literally all you do is you put little tiny toys in a different container. I use the silicone mold because that's what I have, but you can use muffin tins, old Tupperware containers, whatever works for you, just whatever you have on hand. After they're all frozen, all you have to do is pop them out, and I used my daughter's kiddie pool and we did this outside, but you can also do this in a pan, inside, whatever floats your boat. My daughter had a blast excavating all of her toys out, and the cleanup for this couldn't be more easy. All you do is put it back into that same container, put it with more water, and put it right back in the freezer so you can do it again tomorrow.
I also froze them.
Yeah, I also did freeze them.
We get them out of here because we nice.
So this next activity is making ice paint. You could do this one of 2 ways. I did them both just so I could test them both out. You could take a little bit of washable watercolor paint and put them into each of the ice cube molds and then add a little bit of water, or, which I prefer this method, you take the same ice, take an ice cube tray and then add different color drops of food coloring. This is so much easier to dissolve than the paint, and I actually find that the colors show up a little bit better. Again, we did this outside, and I just used old wrapping paper that I had lying around that I just kind of wanted to get rid of. But you could use any kind of paper that you have, even butcher block paper, just whatever you have on hand. You could even just do this directly on the sidewalk, that's fine too. I did find that you do have to kind of let them melt a little bit, so that way they get a little bit, the watercolor kind of shows up a little bit better. But my daughter had a blast with this. This next activity I've been seeing all over, and it's so easy to prep. Literally all you need is some milk, a container, Q-tips, dish soap, and milk. Did I say milk? You need milk. All you have to do is put the milk in a little, I used a Pyrex tray, but you can use a cookie sheet, whatever you want. Next, you just drop little drops of food coloring all over the milk, and then you dip your Q-tip in the soap, and then you just swirl them around. My daughter had such a blast with this. You could even do certain types of colors so you can see what colors that they mix into. That would be a really good color learning activity. We just kind of did them at random, and of course the milk turned out brown.
We painted.
Isn't this cool?
This next activity is so easy to set up. Literally, it's just painting ice. This is another ice painting activity, but I just put a bunch of ice in another Pyrex container, and then I put paint on a little plate for her, and then I just had her paint the ice cubes. This kept her busy for actually a long time. So my daughter and I would always play pretend tea party up in her room for the longest time. And then one day I was like, you know what? Why don't we actually just do this with real water and do a real tea party? My daughter absolutely loved this idea, and we had such a blast recreating a tea party. She loved to pour the water in the cups. I will say that this does get kind of messy, but it is just water, so it's not a big deal. But you could also do this outside. I think this would be great to do on like a picnic table outside somewhere, because if it does get on the floor, it's not a big deal, like I said.
Love you too.
My tea.
Cheers.
Done.
Clink.
It's out, right?
Mm-hmm.
Delicious. But this is actually a good way to get your kids to drink some water too. This next one is called Cloud Dough. All you need is 2 cups of cornstarch and then 1 cup of hair conditioner and some food coloring. All I did was put this into my stand mixer. It was so easy to make, and this was also really fun to play with. I will say that this mixture is a little bit crumbly, but it smells amazing, and my daughter had a blast playing with it.
What do you think of the cloud dough?
Good.
You like it?
It's really good. Fluffy.
Yeah.
And this last one is just regular Play-Doh. I had no idea how easy this was to make. All you need is 1 cup of flour, 1/3 cup of salt, and 2 teaspoons of cream of tartar. Put that in a pan and set it aside. Next, add 1 cup of water and whatever food coloring that you want, and then 1 tablespoon of vegetable oil. Mix this into the pan and then turn it on medium heat and then stir constantly until it is all formed together. This should harden up within just a few minutes depending on how hot your pan is. I made 3 different colors until I ran out of salt, and this is really fun for the kids to help prep as well because it's really easy to do and it's so easy and cheap. I'm just gonna make my own from now on. And you could get super creative with this and add essential oils to make it scented or even glitter. Sky's the limit. And that's everything for this video. Give this video a thumbs up if you liked it. I post every Friday, so make sure that you check back. Thanks again for watching, and we'll see you in the next video. Bye.